Danny Boyle is back with one of the franchises that arguably made him a big name, the 28 Later franchise. Let's talk about 28 Years Later. Hi, my name's Stu and welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now this is actually the first in the 28 series that I am reviewing for this channel. The other ones obviously happened when I did not have a YouTube channel, otherwise I probably would have talked about them. I'll never forget watching 28 Days Later in cinemas. I thought it was an incredible experience. The second half of the film, and especially the third act, it really confused me. You know, the place where Cillian Murphy is dashing around in that mansion house, etc. I was like, what's going on? It kind of feels like Resident Evil, but it's really weird here. But without a doubt, you know, that was a big eye opener. That film, I was like, oh my god, you know, this is absolutely terrifying, having these rage zombies and everything. It was really good. Really enjoyed it so much. Not just because of that, but yeah, the human aspects in the film as well. So to me, this franchise is interesting because most people go and see it because like, oh, it's a zombie film. And then they get a treatment to, you know, humans and humanity and what if society breaks down and how do we treat each other, etc. And that kind of confuses people a lot as well, of course. Sorry, I just had to click my timer here because I'll keep an eye on it to make sure these videos don't get too long. Anyway, so yes, 28 years later, as is usual for me, I didn't manage to get to see it in cinemas. It popped up on Netflix. I was like, yes, please, let's watch it. Actually, right now you've got 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple in cinemas, so it's a sequel to this film. And to my knowledge, there's another one coming. So I'm really excited for that because if you want to know my shortest review of this film, I think it's great. It's interesting. It's really, really interesting. It fulfills the zombie side of whatever you expect or desire from these films, but it also really goes in deep with the human aspect of it. I really like that quite a lot. So in my opinion, this film is a real success. It wasn't the biggest financial success. It wasn't exactly cheap either, but in my opinion, it achieved what it set out to do. Written once more by Alex Garland, who is someone I really like as well. You know, I'm just, yeah, really delighted that this film exists. And I'm pretty sure I should actually look into getting it at some point. Maybe I'll wait till the franchise is finished and then I'll look into getting the films then. If there's a trilogy especially, it might make sense. We'll see what happens. Anyway, what is the film about? So if you're not familiar at all, in this parallel universe, I'll call it, the beginning of the 2000s, there was this rage virus that tore through Britain. Very isolated just to the UK and Ireland, I think, as well. Yeah, the rest of the world managed to contain it, right? So they managed to say, right, we're going to close off these islands, you know, no one's getting out, no one's getting in, you know, we'll leave them to their own devices. So that's what happened in the 28 days later. Then we had a film 28 weeks later, you know, where the situation's already a bit different, where it's not fresh and everyone's sort of adjusting to this new life, you know, the people on these islands who are still alive. And now we have 28 years later. So this is obviously, we're talking about a full generation and more later, where you've got a ton of people grown up who can't even remember the life being any different. The world is still the same, so these islands are still closed off from the rest. The rest of the world is just continuing to live and basically like we are, so they've got smartphones and everything, while these people in the island have just got very basic primitive means, okay? We are focused on a family, and that's what I think is great about this film because it's a really personal story of this family. We've got a mother, her name is Isla. She is played by Jodie Comer. Something's not quite right with her from the start of the film. We learn, you know, that she has some manic episodes where she's delirious and doesn't know where she is. And we see particularly her son looking after her. The son is played by Alfie Williams. His name is Spike. So he really cares for her a lot, as most boys do. The father of the family is played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson. His name is Jamie, and we enter the film as Jamie is now 12. You know, he's got his birthday, he's 12 years old, and he's taken out to get his first kill, right? Now, in case you think this is a sort of, I mean, because as you can imagine, obviously they hunt for food as well. They forage, they grow food, but they also obviously hunt now, but they're not hunting animals. In this case, his first kill, they mean that he's going to kill a zombie. So he's going out to the mainland because they themselves are also on an island with the particular situation that as the tide comes in, you know, the walkway that they use to get to the mainland is blocked off. So they really have to time their you know, traversal from and to their own little island. Okay, so anyway, so this is what we see. He takes him out on his first day to, you know, as you've been learning to shoot the bow and arrow, all these kind of things. So this is what we see. Won't tell you exactly how it goes. Yes, and the story then evolves from there. It involves Jamie's mother Isla, Spike's mother Isla a lot more because Spike really is trying to help her in some way. He learns that there is a doctor not too far away. His name is Dr. Kelson. He's played by Ralph Fiennes. You know, it's the guy where you read his name and you're like, Ralph Fiennes or Fiennes or something. No, it's Ralph Fiennes. It's one of these names where, like, don't know why. You know, it's either British or Celtic or something like that. It's got some kind of origin like that, and it's like, why? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, Spike hopes, will be able to help his mum. So he decides he's gonna take her there, right? That's as much as I'll tell you about their story and how it goes and whether he's able to do that, etc., and what Jamie does and all these kind of things. The other half of it, because I did mention that you'll also be happy if you're there for the zombie experience, you'll like as well because we have got our typical 28 later zombies that we've had in the franchise before. So we've got these rage-induced people. Here, because of the time that has been going on, we've got this variant where people are really bloated, you know, they can't really move fast they're just eating, you know, that's the main drive. They try to eat. We've got what are called alphas. So you've got some few of these infected who through, I don't know, their metabolism, something like that, they really bulk up, so their bodies really produce a lot of muscle and I suppose maybe testosterone, whatever. You know, to make them really super powerful in the way that you can't even take them down if you're a single person. You need a lot of weaponry just to take them down. They're also involved in the story, right? I won't give you specifics there because I'm sure you'll be excited to find them out yourself. There, as with this franchise, a lot of very tense moments. I don't want to spoil them for you. But yes, if you're there for the zombie action, you will be very happy that that's there as well. I really like the dynamic you've got between the families, so Jamie, Isla and Spike. It's very complicated, this father, mother, son relationship. It goes in a lot of places. I thought it was really refreshing actually, because obviously you're in a zombie apocalypse, but it's just about this family unit and how they deal with each other and how they support each other. So I thought that was really refreshing. I'm sure many people didn't like that, but I mean, you shouldn't really be surprised if you're going to an Alex Garland, Danny Boyle film. It's not just going to be a clear-cut, simple zombie movie, right? I mean, I really liked it. And I also like when Dr. Kelson comes in, so Ralph Fiennes' character, he really adds to the story as well. He comes in rather late, but he's got a really important role and it's a really interesting perspective he offers in this apocalyptic situation. So I really like it. The shots are amazing in this film. You know, you've got so many landscapes, and it's like, if it weren't for the apocalypse, it would be a beautiful place to live. You know, I love the camera angles. When we're in the action, it all feels so up close and frantic, really. They do stuff with the 360-degree camera, you know, similar to the Matrix shots that we know and love, you know, these completely surrounding shots where they took photos. They did it here, if I recall correctly, with iPhones instead of, you know, having actual DSLR cameras set up like in the 90s with the Matrix. So camera-wise, there's a lot of interesting things going on. Like I say, when it's frantic, we're up close and we're panicked through the camera work. It's all done very deliberately. The landscapes are presented in huge, wide shots, and you're like, oh, you know, I'd love to go and be on holiday there in the summer. So all these things are really fabulous. It's a great film. I really enjoyed it quite a lot. Like I say, I watched a second time actually to appreciate it more because I felt like it even sidewinded me a bit. You know, like I didn't get everything on the first go through. so I had a second viewing, and it really heightened my enjoyment and especially appreciation of the film a lot more. So it's a lot deeper than you at first think it is. Try to identify these themes and latch onto them, if you can do, it'll really improve your enjoyment of the film. One last thing I have to say about this film is it has got one of the craziest shifts in mood that I have ever seen in the film. The last 5 minutes, I really regret not going to the cinema, because people must have been sitting there going, what? Let's just put it this way, it definitely does not end the way you think it's going to end, right? It's got an absolutely crazy ending that is a lot of fun, and it's just completely crazy. That's all I want to say about it. Anyway, that will be all from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It's the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about anything you want to say about this franchise. Have you seen 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple? Don't spoil it, but tell me, is it good? Because my knowledge is people thought that this 28 Years Later was a bit meh, so they're not really going to watch The Bone Temple, which I think is a shame, because as far as I've heard, it's also a good film. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that sometime. No, I won't manage to get to the cinema because I'm just too busy right now, as usual. Anyway, anything you want to say, put it down in the comments below. I'll thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one on Flying Wiener. Take care, bye.